What's going on, guys? This is Tabmock99. Now today, we're going to talk about the most insane finishing move Mortal Kombat has ever had. I'm talking, of course, about the Animality. You know, back in Mortal Kombat 1, things were simple. There was one finishing move, the Fatality. Mortal Kombat 2 introduced even more finishing moves, things like stage fatalities, babalities, and friendships. This caused rumors to run wild. People swore up and down there were even more finishing moves, things like the Nudality and the Animality. Players would actually call into Midway and speak to Ed Boon and John Tobias and say stuff like, "I saw Sub-Zero turn into a polar bear." At first, they tried to tell the players, "No, that's not true." And after a while, they found themselves arguing with the kids who would swear on their mother's grave, "No, I did it, I saw it." At some point, they made an update to the game so that when you beat the final boss, it gave you a scrambled message. Once you deciphered it, it would say, "There are no Animalities." Magazines at the time would even print a picture of Liu Kang's dragon fatality and say things like, "Here's the only real Animality we found." One of the strategy guides even went so far as to create a fake pic showing what it would look like. This one says, "We all know about fatalities. What about Animalities? Supposedly, you could turn into an animal that resembles your character, then administer a bestial death blow. For example, Sub-Zero is rumored to turn into a polar bear." Well, the style here is just a little too cartoony for my liking. I mean, who wants to see a bunch of real people turn into cartoon animals? That'll never catch on. Eventually, the Animalities would be made for real, in another Midway fighting game called Killer Instinct. The fighter Black Orchid would actually do a tiger animality. Well, at least that's what they were calling it in some of the gaming magazines. Well, with all the Animality rumors, and even people using the word Animality when discussing other fighting games, eventually, the Mortal Kombat team just had to make this real. In fact, in the Ultimate Guide to Mortal Kombat CD-ROM, Ed Boon explicitly states that that was his mindset when making the Animality for real.
A lot of that stuff is like kind of inspiration for us to make it true. You know, if somebody comes up with something very popular rumor, then we'll make it true. Animalities being one example, and Reptile was a hidden character in Mortal Kombat 1, and people would say, "Oh, there's a way to control him." So we put him in Mortal Kombat 2 as a controllable character, and so a lot of what we see and hear in terms of rumors is the basis for some of the stuff that we add in the following games.
So the idea for Animalities may have come from the fan base, but what about the actual animal footage? Where did that come from? Well, in the Mortal Kombat 3 collector's book, John Vogel says that to make the Animalities, he had to get videotapes of animals in action. He has a bunch of them, like the Predators of the Wild type stuff. Well, when I read that, I knew what I had to do. I tracked down the entire set of Predators of the Wild, and I located the actual parts that were used for the Animalities. So now, for the first time ever, side by side, you can see the Mortal Kombat 3 Animalities right next to the Predators of the Wild footage they used to get them. Of course, not all of the Animalities came from these videos. In one interview, John Tobias revealed that he did the illustrations for Liu Kang's dragon, and then John Vogel did the morph animation on the computer. And John Vogel told me privately that Stryker's T-Rex Animality came from an old Jurassic Park toy that he had. Cabal's Rhino Skeleton Animality is something that Tony Goski drew. The crazy thing is, we're still seeing Animalities in the news today, like at San Diego Comic-Con. Storm Collectibles just revealed the Liu Kang Dragon action figure. It's really great seeing that, after all this time, the Animalities are still in our collective consciousness. You know, it would be a real injustice if they were forgotten. Until next time, this is Tabmock99 saying, find that power inside you. Feel your animality. 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 I can feel
I've seen everything.
Impressive. You come prepared, but not good enough.
You're still watching? Good, because now I can reveal to you that other ality that we were talking about. You know the one, the nudality. Again, this is something that Killer Instinct did first. Well, here's how you do it in Mortal Kombat. The button combination is forward, up, high kick, up.